Alright, so today I'm going to continue with the project of cutting down trees around the abandoned apple orchard. If you haven't seen it, there's a part 1 video to this series explaining the whole dealio, but long and the short of it is I have what I believe to be an abandoned apple orchard here on my farm, and all the trees are being completely choked out by other trees, ash, black cherry, all of which aren't doing great. So what I'm going to do is basically clear cut the whole thing to give the apple trees the sunlight they need so I can see if they make any good apples. Today's plan is to go after this big cherry right here. It's got 3 stems coming from the same trunk, all of which are leaning in different directions, so it's going to have to be manipulated into place a bit. I think I'm going to start with this big stem right here since it's going to be the most technical. I figure I'll get it while I'm fresh and then do the other 2 after, maybe more. Let's see. Alright, so here's a little picture of what's going on. There's the cherry tree right next to a maple tree that's doing pretty good, so I'll probably leave that. That big stem right there, I think I'm going to use a puller and kind of follow it this way. It's actually leaning back to the north, but I don't want it to fall in all those trees, so I'm going to try to pull it right over this way. Alright, so I couldn't have destroyed that apple tree any better if I was trying to. The cherry tree landed seriously right on top of that apple tree, which wasn't what I wanted. I wanted it to go over there. But it's my fault. I'm a dum-dum. So to a degree, the purpose of this channel is to promote and showcase what I do for work, which is tree work and property maintenance and helping people clear lots and, for the most part, just make things better. And even though I'm on my own farm right now and no one's disappointed besides me, it's a little bit embarrassing that I made such a big mistake. So I was a bit inclined to not show it at all, but at the end of the day, I think it's important to admit when you make a mistake, and it's also just a little bit comical that I'm spending all this time cutting down trees around these apple trees to give them a chance, and I think on the second day cutting, I completely demolished a tree. So, whatever. Best I could do is keep moving. And I guess to see the silver lining in the situation, nothing is damaged below 3 feet off the ground. And it's not a very old apple tree, so bark grafting it isn't completely out of the question. And grafting season is right upon us, so I'll cut it right below the last area of damage, throw a couple of cultivar scions in there in a couple of weeks, and soon we'll keep having apples from it, so whatever. Gonna have some good firewood and even barbecue smoke wood from this cherry tree. And even some apple. Alright, so I got that first one mostly cleaned up. Still got these logs over here to buck up when I have my cant hook. Don't have it with me right now. So I'm gonna go take that one down now. Hopefully I don't crush this apple tree. Alright, my camera died right before I would have gotten the shot of the tree falling, but it worked. I just wanted to keep it away from these trees I planted, a little spruce, a hazelnut, a larch, aronia. This was really just a test area to see what kind of plants I could plant in this area that would do well. Alright, I got that cherry tree right onto the brush pile, so cleanup on this one should be pretty easy. If you're ever wondering why cherry logs command such a high price at the sawmill or why the lumber is so expensive, because most cherry logs look like this on the inside. There's not been many cherry trees that I've taken down that weren't hollow for like the first 10 to 20 feet up. Even that big one over there. Less hollow, but not worth bringing to the mill. Alright, so I got all 3 parts of this cherry tree done. It's a pet peeve of mine to leave the hinge wood. I'd like to cut them flush and just pretty them up. I don't know why. But I got a little bit more sunlight left. I wanted to do more, but I spent the last 3 days doing a car repair that was very frustrating. So I feel like I have some anxious energy, which is why I'm rushing. So I'm going to call it a day before I do something else stupid. But here's a little picture of the progress we made. Big brush pile. Plenty of firewood here. Here's the remains of that apple tree. But making some headway for sure. You could barely even see that apple tree before, so we're definitely making progress. It feels like I've accomplished a lot when looking at that apple tree, but then I see how much more is left. Well, I'll probably be back in a couple days to keep cutting. See you later.